an ancient map. Imagine you found the keys to unlock portions of an ancient map, a set of symbols that chart out a celestial calendar system describing various regions of space. With advanced technology, you are able to unlock something ancient. Your mind can't stop thinking about it. You wish you didn't have to sleep at night so you could work more at decryption. Now, do you hide the keys? Do you keep them secret? Or do you let people know? There are some indications that this map was purposefully hidden. If you hide them, will they become lost to time? It is part of an advanced puzzle. What if this upcoming generation is unable to understand? They were hidden and lost before. They could easily be lost again. Many clues still remain, hiding in plain sight when you know what you're looking at. The keys, the map, and the journeys into the past are definitely not easy. Constantly making corrections as wrong turns are inevitable. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. As time passes, details become clearer. At the same time, a sense of apprehension. Is this all meant to remain hidden? Is it meant not to be shared? Where do we begin, and where will this end? It is a most unfortunate thing when a map becomes lost to time. Oxygen, water, fire, fluctuating temperatures, changes in culture and language, even wars all relentlessly work together to erase the clues from the past. I am very grateful for the scribes that have ensured the map be preserved for thousands of years, preserved for generations, yet hidden and encrypted. Now, I sincerely apologize ahead of time if I make mistakes in investigating and explaining this map. Those of you who solve puzzles know that puzzles often require multiple attempts before finding a solution. Faulty logic can lead down multiple dead-end paths. Has anyone ever solved a Rubik's Cube on their first attempt? I will try my best to describe the map so others can properly prove or disprove it. This is by no means a final report or a lecture, but rather preliminary research and gathering data required to understand the scope. I will try to explore this map of time using narratives of our own history that unfolds amongst a mix of people, languages, beliefs, and culture. Now, this map is unlike other maps, as it was hidden in plain sight. The map was first written using a revolutionary alphabet that allowed scribes to pass the map from generation to generation. Even though this map is preserved, its key alphabet is on the brink of being lost to the erosions of time. Understanding methods to track the passing of time is essential to unlock this map. Time. Time quantified on our spaceship we call Earth. Time quantified by our whirls around and around our polar axis. Within 24 hours we turn like a marshmallow on a polar stick, warming and cooling against the intense plasma fire of our star we call the sun. Evening and morning, separating day from night. Our Earth ship axis spins with a 23.4 degree tilt. This tilt gives us our hot and cold seasons as we orbit our sun. During this 365-day elliptical journey around the sun, there are 4 notable days that help us understand our axial tilt. Spring equinox, where the day and night are equal length. Summer solstice, which is the longest day, shortest night. Fall equinox, again equal length. and finally winter solstice, which is our shortest day and longest night. Unfortunately, our advancements have polluted our view of the sky. Our industrial revolution is more like an industrial regression on our ability to see out of our celestial window. Fossil fuels for automobile, furnaces for heat, wars for control of land and resources, relentless wildfires, coupled by light pollution. These all work together like an army to pillage our ability to see into the heavens. Details that our ancestors would have easily seen in the night sky. If, perhaps, the sky is clear enough, we will rush outside to enjoy some fleeting glimpses of maybe a small handful of stars. An evening walk, alone for solitude, or with loved ones, enjoying every moment of the sun setting into the horizon, watching the first stars appear, breathing the cool dusk air. It is in these moments that we must consider this our Earth ship. Earth's orbit slinging us around the sun at almost 108,000 kilometers an hour. At the same time, on our equator, Earth's surface spin is near 1,600 kilometers per hour. Yet, with all this momentum, it is quite comfortable to walk around on the surface of our planet. Our delicate environmental system maintains a livable temperature and comfortable air pressure, keeping us safe from the extreme outer space conditions. We cannot survive long outside of our Earthship environment. Have you ever accidentally experienced the heat of boiling water on your skin? On the International Space Station, it is above boiling point in the sun, 121 degrees Celsius. Here in Canada, most of us know the stinging cold sensation when we decide it would be fun to roll in the snow only wearing a swimsuit. Now, on the International Space Station, in the shade, it is well below freezing point at negative 157 degrees Celsius. But it is not the heat or the cold that will kill us if we stepped outside of our Earthship. Fortunately, most of us do not get to experience the vacuum of space. We do have an account from a NASA space engineer named Jim LeBlanc. Jim survived an accident in a vacuum chamber and tells us what the vacuum of space felt like. In 1966, NASA was working on designing a spacesuit that would allow a person to explore outside of our Earthship. One of the experiments went wrong. Here is a YouTube clip describing the experience.
As I stumbled backwards, I could feel the saliva on my tongue starting to bubble just before I went unconscious. And that's kind of the last thing I remember.
Within 25 seconds, a co-worker sitting in a partially pressurized antechamber and wearing an oxygen mask was able to dash in.
Now, take in a deep breath of cool night air. Hold it for a moment and slowly exhale. Appreciate that our sky can be a crystal clear window to watch our journey through space, a massive viewing port to peer up into the heavens, a place to safely observe billions of celestial objects that surround us. It is somehow ingrained in every generation to look up and ponder the existence of life itself. Is there life beyond our Earth? To date, we have not yet found another celestial orb like unto our Earthship. It is here on this, our most awesome planetarium, we will discover this ancient map, decrypting details that have been almost lost to time. To understand the map, we must also consider our moon. Our moon pushes and pulls unfathomable quantities of ocean tides, our moon reflecting the brightness of our sun back toward the dark side of the earth, used by the ancients for tracking months. First glimpse of a sliver moon in the western sunset was the way to measure the first day of the month. Each evening, the moon steps eastward on its month-long orbit. As a closed eye that slowly opens to a full circle, then eases back to being shut again, our moon waxes and wanes through its phases. From the viewpoint of Earth, we observe our planets wandering against the backdrop of the sea of stars. In relation to the stars, our planets appear to speed up, slow down, and even move backwards in the night sky as they orbit the sun at different speeds. One thing they have in common is our sun, moon, and several planets all share a similar ecliptic path across the night sky. Mercury and Venus tightly orbit the sun. From Earth's vantage point, these two planets bob up and down on the western sunset and eastern sunrise horizons. Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn are respectively further from the sun, and in turn have slower orbits in the night sky. Our sun and planets travel together within our galaxy. Our galaxy has a bright, colorful middle portion called the galactic bulge. From Earth's perspective, it is like unto a colorful hammered brass plate with two blue-lit arms that reach outward from the center. The two bluish-white arms are described differently by various cultures. Several cultures liken it unto milk, others as rivers, or spilled oatmeal or spilled straw. Earth's rotation and orbit creates a slow movement, causing the arms to resemble fountains of water, or clouds of smoke, or chaff in the wind. Our Earthship's viewport peers out at our galaxy across its horizontal plane. No one has snapped a photo of our own galaxy from above. We can only estimate and imagine what it looks like in its entirety through comparisons of other distant galaxies that may be like our own. The ecliptic plane of our solar system has a 60.2 degree tilt in relation to our galaxy. From Earth's nightly viewport, our line of galactic stars twist and writhe around the night sky. The spin of our Earth looking eastward, we will observe a blue band of stars gushing up off the horizon, like a fountain up overhead and raining down in the west. As time passes, the blue band settles along the southern horizon. Next, from the northeast, a beautiful lamp-like center of our galaxy rises. Its center resembles a hammered plate of brass, innumerable stars like shimmering specks of sand, colors of gold, bronze, silver, and iron. An unquenchable ancient fire lamp. Stars, gases, and dust producing a mesmerizing firework of colors in a night sky. It then leaps up over the southern pole into a vertical dive in the west. The latter blue arm trails directly behind as a shimmering wake in the deep darkness of space. My geared watch, my time app on my digital screen, my wall calendar, have all together torn away from my mind the true measurements of time. Cycles of time, orbits, light, gravity, to which Ptolemy, Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler and Newton, Einstein and many others carefully observed, then shared their findings with the world. The light and the darkness is for our learning, evenings and mornings, signs, seasons, days and years. Now, this brings us to our first clue. In your mind, travel back 4,000 years to consider words spoken to Abraham. And he bringeth him without and said, Look attentively, I pray thee, toward the heavens, and count the stars, if you are able to count them. And he said to him, Thus is thy seed. A few hundred years after this, Deuteronomy speaks of a partial fulfillment. The Lord your God has multiplied you, and here you are today as the stars of heaven in multitude. This is also quoted in Hebrews. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born as many as the stars of the sky in multitude. Yet, was this command to count the stars only to pertain to the nation of Israel when they entered the promised land? Is this command to look attentively and count the stars just a figure of speech for some vain, impossible task to count? Could there be something to be learned in this command given to Abraham to spend some time before bed and in the morning to count the stars? If you like puzzles, look up the several meanings of the 3 Hebrew letters for the word count: Samek, Pei, and Resh. Preface. Let me go back and preface this narrative. I am a programmer with a problem. An ancient script contains an encoded message that requires multiple disciplines: an intimate knowledge of Torah and Tanakh, knowledge of ancient history, Paleo Hebrew, paleography, etymology of various languages and words, knowledge of the history of the alphabet, and a willingness to investigate an ancient astronomical calendar system. A working understanding of how people describe, categorize, and name complex random things in the environment around us. I'll upload my notes to a Git repository, but I struggle trying to find a way to present this material. Because the message is encoded in a narrative, I've decided it may be best to present the following as a narrative.